सोच में सकारात्मकता लाएं, जीवन को बेहतर बनाएं। मनोदर्पण पर कॉल लगाएं, मनोबल अपना और बढ़ाएं। मनोदर्पण पर कॉल लगाएं, मनोबल अपना और बढ़ाएं। चलो आज ही प्रण ले हम, मानसिक स्वास्थ्य सुधारे हम। चलो आज ही प्रण ले हम, मानसिक स्वास्थ्य सुधारे हम। मनोदर्पण के काउंसलर से परामर्श पाने के लिए डायल करें टोल फ्री नंबर 844-844-0632। नंबर एक बार फिर सुने 844-844-0632।
Namaskar. Very warm welcome to all the viewers and learners in this very special session of CIT and NCERT named Sahyog. I am Renu Bhatt with you all, and you are watching us live on eVidya channels from channel number 6 to 12. And apart from these channels, you are with us on our YouTube channel as well, that is ncertofficial Official. Sahyog session, allow me to share some brief about Sahyog session. Sahyog and Paricharcha sessions are held under Manodarpan initiative. It's a brilliant initiative by Ministry of Education under Atma Bharat Abhiyan, and so that we can provide psychosocial support to all the students, teachers, parents across the country, and we generally talk about their mental well-being. And the topic that we are going to discuss today in this specific session is rebuilding social connection. So what exactly rebuilding social connections is, and how and why it's so essential and important. We will be having a discussion on this particular topic. We have joined by our experts. So without any further delay, let's meet them. You are Dr. V. Sasikala. You are Assistant Professor from RIENCERT Bhubaneswara. Very warm welcome, ma'am. Namaskar.
Namaskar.
And we have joined by our practicing counselor as well. Let's meet her. You are Miss Itimai Panda. Very warm welcome, ma'am. Namaste.
Thank you.
And before we start this particular session, let me share some certain information to all the viewers and learners in case they have any query and they want to know more about this particular topic, rebuilding social connections. You can reach out to us through our various mediums. You can call us on our telephone number, that is 8800-440-559. And dear learner, if you want to have any Manodarpan Paramash, then you can reach out to them through their national tele helpline number, that is 844-844-0632, and you can drop a mail as well. Our email address is sahyog.ncert@cit.nrc.in. and apart from these mediums, you have joined by our live streaming as well, that is NCERT Official. Then you have to go to the live chat box and then only you can drop your comment out there. Our expert will be happy to answer all your queries and doubts if you have any. And before we begin this particular session, let me share some certain very important piece of information with you all regarding India's G20 presidency. We are indeed very proud that India assumed the G20 presidency and will convene the G20 Leaders Summit for the first time in the country in 2023. A nation that deeply committed to democracy and multilateralism, India's G20 presidency would be a watershed moment in her history as it seeks to play an important role by finding pragmatic global solutions for the well-being of all. And in doing so, manifests the true spirit of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, or we can say the whole world is one family. With that very important piece of information, let's quickly get back to the session in which we are going to discuss about rebuilding social connection. Let's move towards our expert. And Sasikala ma'am, my first question to you is, why it's essential to build social connection, ma'am? Why it's so important, ma'am? Please explain to us. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Let me begin with explaining what this connections is. Connections is nothing but the link, affiliation or association or relationship which an individual creates or develops or establishes with other person. Every human being or any creature for that matter who has been created by God in this world has to establish certain connections with every other species and other human beings, so has to lead a happy life. One who fails to establish such connections or build an interaction with the society and other living beings or humans, they will fail and they will not be able to lead a happy and healthy life. with small steps we will be able to build social connections, and just like laying a foundation or a groundwork to build a valued, much cultured, civilized, and inclusive and meaningful life. So that these connections are very essential for everyone. When somebody fails to establish such social connections and stay aloof from the society, they are prone more to have health issues. But one who is able to build or develop the constructions of himself with the society is of a better person to live. They get lot of good energy, positive vibes from the society, which leads them to have a healthy life. Like it is a state of being happy and making out a healthy life. Any person, when they are interacting with others, they are trying to get the wider and diverse perspective of others, which will help them to develop the higher order thinking skills, which will help them to make critical thinking, analyze over the challenges, and make decisions and solve any issues and resolve any emotional problems, so that gradually they come out and pour out these outlets with the other people during the interactions, which will lead their way to have an emotional, to build up their mature, emotionally mature, so that they will able to help them to maintain a balance in their emotions. And just like that, they will also, and physical well-being, when I say, they will boost their immune system. They will be having coping strategies to lead all the stress. So they will reduce stress, and they will have a long life with a healthy living also. So in such way, the social connections will help people with interact with the society and stay connected. So in that way, every human being or anybody under the sky, they have to establish connections with the society to have a, and especially in a harmonious way, to have a happy and meaningful life. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so very much, ma'am, for letting us know about the social connections. And as we are social animal, so we have to have some social connection and bond as well. Itimai, ma'am, we would like to know more about it, and we here wants to know about the reasons why for losing social connections, ma'am. What are those reasons, ma'am?
Basically, there are various reasons like students lose their social connections. Like, let's take life transitions because of the parents' job or job change. Students or children change. They have to change one place to another, or they move to one city to another for which they face like they have to change a society, the community they are living in, or the friend circle they are having. They have to change it, and the change they may take little time to adapt with and to accept the new change. So that can be a reason that they keep themselves very idle, and they take little time to adjust with the situation. And other than that, lack of time, like busy in different kind of activities, or keep our often our parents do what parents do are like they keep their children busy in studies, tuitions and all, for which they are too busy in study and other activities. They don't get time to establish new social connections and maintain their social connection outside, like talking with friends, going outside to visiting nearest places, like any relatives places, or spending some time with their family members and all. And sometimes it happens if someone is losing their someone who is very close to them. When they lose someone, so out of grief also, they keep themselves very away from the others. Sometimes it can be a stress, burnout, and geographical relocations, negligence of parents, changing in interests, conflicts and misunderstanding with their friends. And health issues like mental and physical issues sometimes play a role where they keep themselves very away from others. They don't like to meet others and spend time with others. And most importantly, these days technology and social media, they love to be in that circumstance. They love to spend more and more time in phones and gadgets, which make them away from the social environment, which is not good, and it should be looked after the parents. And the parents make the child understand that these processes are very normal. It happens with everyone. So it is a process which will take little time, and it is easy to get out of the problems, like to get into a social connection, to re-establish the social connection with others. It will take time, but it is a normal process. So that is very important. Parents should understand, as well as they make the child understand the normality of this. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. So there are so many reasons for losing social connections, whether they are emotional or geographical. Here, Sasikala ma'am, we would like to know more about the ways to improve social connection. There must be some ways. Please explain, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Sasikala ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Rebuilding the social connections which they have stopped doing it just because, as like ma'am pronounced, just because of technology and work pressures and becoming too much of workloads, curriculum loads in the schools, students also get disconnected and fail to build their social connections. So making a small change in their life will definitely help them to rebuild their connections. Every day we can try to build the connection. Especially we have to devote some time and attention to our nears and dears, especially our parents and relatives whom we are taking for granted and we are not making calls. This technology could be used in a positive way to build such social connections among these our nears and dears who are lying in our priority circle. Just imagine of writing of letters is not being seen today. Now at least we can make it out in emails and texting in WhatsApp messages, and we can also opt for video calls or any type of technology gadgets will help you to rebuild this connection instantly. The children or the adolescents, especially when they have connections with their priority circle or their parents, they will have lots of positive energy so that they will not involved in any sort of distorted thinking or getting addictions with any other which leads to some negative impacts in their life. And today in modern society, especially, we could see all the buildings have become watertight compartments. How far we come to know or talk with our neighbors or interact with our people in the society or get knowing to them, this is all have been deteriorated in due course. So we have to start to express our love by sharing, especially our culture is talking about it. Yes, during all the festivals, we were in our tradition, we used to interact with our neighbors, share with our love through by giving sweets and going visiting their homes. But this world which is fully pressurized with workloads, even for parents as well as their kids, they are not finding time. Even the festives, they spend more in front of the TV or any gadgets. In spite of it, they should come out of their doors, open their doors, they should start expressing. Sharing sweets is not just sharing sweets. They should also start volunteering, because the adolescents now, they shy out and they don't talk too much with or interact with others. So they should voluntarily involve themselves and introduce themselves just with an eye contact, a smile, a handshake, definitely will establish a connections. In that way, they have to take a lead, a step towards building their connections. Or else we can opt another way, is that involving them in the community related activities or the social service activities, where the students could be let out in the community or the society, where they could have interaction with all variety diverse people, where they will get various perspectives of the people, the challenges and difficulties faced by other people, so that they will get an opportunity to help them, support them, love them, and empathize their own challenges, so that they could address their challenges in a positive way, so that these suicides and depressions could also be avoided. And another thing is like, it's not a formal way of interacting or establishing connections. Informally also it could be established, like walking, having a walk with friends, jogging, or making out friends, their team. It also adds team spirit among the students, so that it doesn't mean that only when a pandemic situation arises we have to develop the connections, come to the society. With this also we can stay connected, so that our life and future, everything becomes positive, so that every positive vibe is given to the child, so has he can lead his future in a very effective way. Thank you.
Thank you. So, those were the ways, and as ma'am, you have just rightly said, here we would like to extend our discussion. Itimai ma'am, in this these type of situation, parents' role are very vital, right? What they can do to promote building social connection in their child and teens, ma'am. Itimai ma'am. Ma'am, are you there?
There are various ways that parents can encourage their child to establish new connections and rejuvenate their older one. So, first of all, the parents should understand guidance is not control. So, guidance is a different thing than control. Sometimes parents get overprotective for their child. Being overprotective, they stop their child doing various things which the child wants to do. So, it is very important that a parent should keep a watch, close watch on their child, what he or she is doing, and whether that is wrong or right, guide them. So it is very important. Once the parent is understanding what guidance and control is, they can easily realize, make the child realize they are guiding instead of controlling. So this can be encouraged by open communication with the child. So whenever parents get some time, they can spend time with their child and encourage them and tell them to get into an open communication, what happened throughout the day, how the day went and all. So that can be encouraged, which can also through that they can encourage extracurricular activities, help them understand what kind of activities are good for them and how that can be fostered. And it can help them to discuss about online safety, as these days this is a very serious issue that students and children are facing a lot of issues using multimedia phones and staying connected online through various social platforms. So it has to be limitations. They should limitize the screen time, as well as the parents should discuss what are the safety channels, how can they handle the social media platforms, what to share, what not to share, what is right and what is wrong, through a guidance, not in a controlled manner. They can also host a play date or gatherings, like inviting others children or their friends to home, arrangement of different parties, and sometimes it can be indulged with various activities through which children will learn socializing and staying connected with others. And they can also encourage their child to involve in different co-curricular activities which they like the most. And sometimes the parents can take their child to outside to meet and greet other people, those who are not of their same promote volunteer work. Let's take like planting and meeting different new people. And parent can also promote or foster inclusivity, like at the end of the day, if we are going for colors, creeds, and any time, everyone is equal, so that has to be promoted with the child. And at the same time, when a parent spending some lot of time, through that, a parent can teach communication skills, how to make new friends, how can behave, and how can one behave with others, and how mannerfully we can talk with others. At the same time, they has to lead by example, by they have to prepare themselves, how they are. Sometimes it starts at home from the parents, so whenever a parent, students, or students in their schools, and children at their home, they learn from their parents and teachers and the community they are living in. So it's important, parents and the elders at home should be a thing, like a person who can guide them, who can teach them how to behave with others through their own activities and talking with others. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, ma'am. And these were the very important key points that our parents that need to keep in their mind while talking to their child. And here, as we are running very short of time, but still, Sasikala ma'am, we would like you to conclude this session, ma'am. Sasikala ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Like the human brain, it is said to be the center. It acts as controlling every our senses and controlling our actions, our behavior. This establishing connections. All human beings are, though they are born as independent creatures, we are dependent upon the society and other species and everything. So connections is very very essential. So making a small change in our life, like small strategies every day, at least a minimum of one strategy if we are adopting or bringing, just with a smile when we walk in the corridors of the road, when we hold a smile, then the opposite person coming across, that they will also smile. It will also help the next day when you greet the security people or anybody on the road. They naturally, it lays the foundation for the connections. Then this rebuilding will definitely will help us to have a happy and positive climate in our throughout our life. So, and with good mental health and happy life, one can have a prosperous and harmoniously, this relationship has to be connected. In that way, we have to equip our students, the school's role and the parents' role, both of them to jointly together have to support the students in rebuilding their social connections and staying very much connected and affiliated with the society to behave in a responsible way, so that we build a responsible citizens for the society and the nation altogether. So thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so very much, ma'am, and thank you so very much for being with us for this particular session. Sashikala ma'am and Itima ma'am, thank you so very much. धन्यवाद.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
एंड जैसे कि मैम ने कहा कि हमारे सोशल कनेक्शन एज इट्स वेरी इसेंशियल, वी आर सोशल एनिमल, सो वी हैव टू हैव सम सोशल कनेक्शन एज वेल. बहुत ज़रूरी है. आपके छूट सकते हैं, कहीं पे टूट सकते हैं, लेकिन जैसे मैम ने आपको, हमारे एक्सपर्ट्स ने बहुत ही अच्छे से बताया कि आप उन्हें दोबारा रिबिल्ड कर सकते हैं और बहुत सारे तरीके हैं जिनसे आप रिबिल्ड कर सकते हैं. यहाँ पे पेरेंट्स और टीचर्स का रोल बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाता है, क्योंकि जो भी बच्चे हैं एडोलेसेंस फेज में हैं, उनके लिए पेरेंट्स और टीचर्स का रोल इंपॉर्टेंट है. वो आपको गाइड कर सकते हैं. आप अपनी बातें अपने पेरेंट्स और टीचर्स से ज़रूर शेयर करें. इट्स टाइम फॉर मी टू रैप अप दिस सेशन हेयर ओनली, बट बिफोर दैट लेट मी शेयर सम वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पीस ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन regarding NCERT textbooks. NCERT textbooks for the year 2023-24 are available throughout the country, and these textbooks may be purchased directly from NCERT sales counters. located at New Delhi, Ahmedabad, Bengaluru, Kolkata and Guwahati. These sales counters will be functional on all the weekdays, including all the gazetted holidays, Saturdays and Sundays as well, from 9:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. You may also place order for the books online from our website, that is ncertbooks.ncert.gov.in, and these books will be delivered at your doorsteps with no delivery fees. And in case you want a soft copy of all those books in PDF version, it can also be downloaded online for free from NCERT Diksha e-Pathshala website and from our mobile app as well. We would request you to visit our website, that is ncert.nic.in, to know more about the authorized vendors. With that note, me Renu Bhatt is taking your leave, but you stay tuned to eVidya channels and NCERT official YouTube channel for more informative program. Namaskar and take care.
सोच में सकारात्मकता लाएं, जीवन को बेहतर बनाएं।
मनोदर्पण पर कॉल लगाएं, मनोबल अपना और बढ़ाएं। मनोदर्पण पर कॉल लगाएं, मनोबल अपना और बढ़ाएं। चलो आज ही प्रण ले हम, मानसिक स्वास्थ्य सुधारे हम। चलो आज ही प्रण ले हम, मानसिक स्वास्थ्य सुधारे हम।
मनोदर्पण के काउंसलर से परामर्श पाने के लिए डायल करें टोल फ्री नंबर 844-844-0632। नंबर एक बार फिर सुने 844-844-0632।